Now we move straight to Enugu, where we'll be joined by a member of the Board of Trustees of the Obedient Movement, Honorable Ikenna Azomchine. Just like I said earlier, there has been some sort of confrontations, if you like, or war of words between the governor of Lagos State, Sanwo-Olu, and Peter Obi, even though he was reacting to statement credited to Peter Obi in the United States, Johns Hopkins University to be precise, where he said those comments were disparaging and, of course, capable of demarketing Nigeria. He did mention that he's been following the trend quite a number of times. Peter Obi is out of the country. He takes advantage of those available opportunities in the foreign turf, to say things that are uncomplimentary about the government and about Nigeria. What's your reaction to this, Ikenna?
Good evening, Shafiu.
Yes, good evening.
Well, it's all same rhetorics as usual. The facts are very clear to even the blind that the Nigerian state is breathing heavily, and I think the government in question should be aware that is them versus the Nigerian people. The Nigerian people are not even talking about political parties anymore. They are talking about survival and how they can face their day-to-day needs, which is almost impossible to get.
Right. Yeah. Looking at the statement, he said Peter Obi doesn't have the moral right, perhaps, to criticize his government, especially on the basis of, its inability, as he said, to address poverty or to reduce poverty among the people. He said while he was in office, the statistics have shown that poverty levels increase in Anambra State, compared to what he met, at the inception. And what would you say in respect to that? He tried to compare, to look at the figures.
Shafiu,
right.
How can you put me here, the Obedient General, who had just followed His Excellency Peter Obi to Bokos, where people were just butchered overnight, a man who is concentrating on finding solutions to the current Nigerian problems. I don't even think he has any replies for Sanwo-Olu. How can you be throwing jabs at somebody who is very far away? Sanwo-Olu should handle the issues of Lagos. And you should also beware that the Lagos is ruling, Peter Obi defeated Lagos. How can you be comparing yourself to someone that defeated you in the state where you are a governor? I don't think we should waste our time. Maybe the obedience in the Southwest might have some answers for him, but I don't think His Excellency will even give any. It's not worth wasting our time replying.
But he's talking about governance credentials, and of course it's taking back or getting back at your principle. If you're coming to talk about the poverty levels, it should have shown during your stewardship that you are able to do something. In particular, he made particular references to issues around education. He said he didn't build a single school, during his 8 years tenure, or rather terms. He compared it to what happened during the tinubu administration while he was governor. He said he was able to build around 200 schools.
Let me go into the real facts. Peter Obi, what he's talking about Peter Obi demarketing Nigeria, it is not news for foreign countries to know that even some of our staffs in the embassies are not paid. Bills in the embassies are not paid across the globe. I don't know about now. Maybe they have started paying. These are facts on the ground. Let us come home. Peter Obi will reply Sanwo-Olu if there's any reply to be given. We are busy as opposition finding succor. How do Nigerians survive? we are still going to be telling the government it is important to treat the real issues. Nigerians who live in Gwagwalada cannot come into Abuja and do business. Some of them will spend 18,000 naira just to come into town. Basic necessities that will provide peace for the Nigerian people is what we want to. They should be doing that. All these arguments about farming and this, how can your food items come down when the farmlands are being attacked every day? Where the stories, you can't put the stories together. I don't want to come here each time I will be debating what is right or wrong. They know that the Nigerians are suffering. What are the solutions? Go ahead and find out why the farmers in the farmlands are being attacked every day. These are real issues here.
Honorable Ikenna, some of you have traveled far and wide, you know. You do businesses around the world. The concern perhaps the Lagos State Governor is raising is the fact that every Nigerian should see himself as an ambassador of this country. A patriotic Nigerian should be able to speak well about Nigeria while he's, you know, in foreign turfs. And that has not been the situation. He thought perhaps politics has crept in. Your principal is taking advantage of those platforms to advance his political ambition. What would you say in respect to that?
I don't think you're correct, because some of us who travel around the globe, you have Nigerians in diaspora organization, you have a whole lot of Nigerian communities abroad. They know the stress from their families back home vis-a-vis cost of food, electricity, and all whatnot. No one is hiding the fact that the Nigerian people are suffering, even those living abroad. Nigerians in the villages are worse affected, because even the cost of taking a bike from a distressed village to the next village is not possible. Look, we have to let the government of Nigeria know that true democracy and the dividend of democracy is what they should go ahead on every day and be doing. They should construct more roads. They must go ahead and provide fuel, must be cheaper. We can't keep talking about indices and IMF, and the practical stories are here with us every day.
But then looking at the issues raised, some would expect that either your obedience or your principal or his spokesperson should be able to counter this narrative that he hasn't done well while he was governor. If, for instance, it is true that he was unable to build a single school in 8 years, and he was also unable to build, a first-class hospital in the state, then didn't you think this would also, in a way, demarcate your principle going into 2027?
It's on record in Anambra State that Peter Obi is the best governor Anambra State has ever produced. Peter Obi saved billions of naira in the coffers of the Anambra State. That alone overshadows every argument Sanwo-Olu is with. Before Sanwo-Olu became the governor of Lagos State, who was Sanwo-Olu? How can you wake up just throwing jab? I said if it's to be answered at all, I think the obedience in Southwest will answer. We don't have time for people whom we know should not throw jabs at our principal, throwing jabs. Yeah, maybe he has someone to impress. I mean, if there's to be any answer, I think he will get one. But for now, I don't think we have any answers for him.
You were earlier alluding to what he said, the record in terms of electoral victory in 2023. And you attributed that to perhaps a failure, if you like, of the current administration to deliver the goods to the people, especially in Lagos. But many believe that the trajectory, the current political dynamics might not favor your party if, for instance, were to go into election today, looking at, the current realities. Even within the political party, the Labour Party, for instance, there has been people factions are loggerheads and all of that, even with the Supreme Court judgment. So how do you think going into 2027, this movement will still remain intact and be able to make the impact that is expected?
Well, we know that Eyo masquerade could dance on election day. It is up to Nigerian people this time around to decide for themselves across regional lines. Are we okay with having a blessed country and being deprived of the dividends of democracy? Between now and 2027, the APC government might realize that it is difficult to conduct a shabby election like in 2023. I hope they are planning to go for the electoral reforms so that our results will be transmitted electronically. We are letting the government of the day know that 2027 will be them versus Nigerians. And I'm sure they know that.
All right, thank you very much, Honorable Ikenna Azomchine, a member of a board of trustee member of the Obedient Movement, for your participation on the platform tonight and providing those insights. We appreciate you.
Thank you very much, Shafiu. Good evening.
Right, okay, and that's a wrap on today's edition of Daily Politics. We do hope you found the conversation engaging. Do join us tomorrow. We'll be back with another interesting topic and personalities. Until then, on behalf of the team, my name is Shafiu Suleiman. Many thanks for being there.